students. In this session, I am going to discuss SN1, SN2 reactions. Once completed SN1, SN2 basic questions, then move on to the stereochemistry, where inversion takes place, when retention, when racemization takes place. So on these points we'll discuss. Now first let me start with SN1 reaction. SN1. Okay, what is SN? Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. One nucleophile is replaced by another nucleophile. First, let me speak about nucleophiles. Nucleophiles, electron-rich species. Electron-rich species. So, like generally, we are taking electron-rich species, negatively charged, and next one neutral nucleophiles also there. But among these two, which is the best nucleophile? So they are asking. So simply electron-rich species they are writing, but in this categories are there. Let me write here. First one is negatively charged. Negatively charged. All negatively charged acts as nucleophiles. Okay. So this is F minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, like this. Generally, I minus came from strong acids. Strong acids gives always weak bases. Weak bases are good nucleophiles. Good nucleophiles. And depends on solvent also, student. Depends on solvent. Polar protic solvents we have, polar aprotic solvents also we have. Clearly, I'll explain. Now, second point. Without this knowledge, if you will go to the SN1, SN2 reactions, you'll get lot of confusion. That's why I'm giving first this one. Next. Second point is neutral nucleophiles also we have. Neutral nucleophiles. The best example we are taking like Lewis bases. Okay, neutral nucleophiles is nothing but like donating electrons. Okay, which is having lone pair simply. All who is donating electrons, all are nucleophiles only. That is all Lewis bases only, no doubt. Lone pair of electrons like NH3. Okay, so next it has lone pair. CH3 electron rich, even H2O. Okay, simply you can remember example like this. 15th group, 16th group, 17th group. 15th group, 16th group, 17th group acts as nucleophile. Electron rich species. Okay, clear students? Now next one. Neutral nucleophiles, another category also we have. So that is like double bond and triple bond, multiple bonds. Okay, benzene. See, among this is sigma bond. Here two bonds means one sigma, one pi bond. But pi bond is weak bond, no? So it will give electrons to others. Bond breaking and giving electrons, and bond participation is there. Participation is there. Giving electrons means we call it as nucleophiles. All nucleophiles are Lewis bases. All nucleophiles are Lewis bases. Let me write here. Lewis bases. Clear? Now, next one. Here I am giving some example, students. Point 4. Point 4. Nucleophilicity. Nucleophilicity decreases across the period. Okay. Now I am writing here NH2 minus. Okay, first let me take CH3 minus. Okay, just it came from CH4. No, after losing one hydrogen, the rest part methyl, and NH3 also after losing one hydrogen, it will come NH2 minus. Like hydroxide ion, hydroxide ion. Next F minus, they will give 4 nucleophiles. All are nucleophiles only, but nucleophilicity in which case more, which is acts as a strong nucleophile? Definitely CH3 minus, then NH2 OH minus F minus. Why? Because across the period nucleophilicity decreases. Now next point. Can you expect nucleophilicity down the group? Down the group, don't use single word here. So nucleophilicity increases, symbol this is, increases on moving down the group in polar protic solvents. Polar protic solvents. So let me spend time here. Polar protic. Polar protic means it has polarity. If you take examples like water, methyl alcohol, any alcohol, generally alcohol. Okay, next acids. These are all polar protic solvents. Polarity, if you look into this guide, it is bend shape, right? So two different charges. Why? Because electronegativity difference is there, polarity will develop. This is polar, and that too is giving hydrogen. So polarity is nothing but two opposite charges are there and giving proton. That's the reason we call it as polar protic solvents. All. This is also. But water generally we are using. Why? Because it has high dielectric constant, and some reasons water only we are using. So polar protic. So these two also polar protic solvents. Whenever solvent they will maintain like this, then it follows definitely SN1 mechanism. SN1 mechanism. Water universal solvent. Why? Because it has high dielectric constant. Polar protic solvents. See what I have written here. Nucleophilicity increases down the group. See students, F minus and I minus. Who is the small size? He is small size. Small size, more hydration energy. More hydrated molecules surrounded around fluorine. So then he became bulky. He cannot move faster. But the I minus also hydrated, but it is lesser. That's why large size, less hydration energy. So he will move little faster when he compared to fluorine in aqueous condition. That is polar protic solvents. So that's the reason nucleophilicity increases down the group. So then can you write the order, students, here? What is the order? Yes, F minus less than Cl minus, that is less than Br minus, that is less than I minus. Very, very, very important competitive question. Okay, now next one. Nucleophilicity in polar aprotic solvents. Nucleophilicity in polar aprotic solvents. In polar aprotic solvents, nucleophilicity decreases on moving down the group. Clear? That's it. Polar aprotic solvents. Polar aprotic solvents means there is no hydration. So polar aprotic solvents, let me give examples. Examples of polar aprotic solvents. DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, dimethyl formamide, and acetone, like this. Okay, let me write the structures here also. See, in previous class also I have shown this one. Minus, this is plus. Polarity is there, but carbonyl compounds are not acidic in nature. He is not giving hydrogen, he is not giving proton. That's why polarity is there, but it is aprotic solvent. Dimethyl formamide. So this is dimethyl formamide. Instead of 2 hydrogens, you can take it 2 methyl group. That's it. Dimethyl sulfoxide. Here also polarity is there, no doubt, but is not giving hydrogen. Here hydrogen is there, but it is not acidic hydrogen. Clear, students? That's it. This is polar aprotic solvent, polar protic solvent difference. Now here what happened? Nucleophilicity. What happened? Can you guess? Yes, just hold down. Above case. What is this? F minus greater than Cl minus greater than Br minus greater than I minus. Clear? That's it. So generally, I am writing 1 point. Generally, I minus is weak base. Weak bases are good nucleophiles. Good nucleophiles. Why? Because he came from strong acid, HI. When compared to HI and what is this? Next case is HF, next HCl, HBr. When compared to all cases, HI is the strong acid, right? Acidic nature, strong acid. In previous videos also had explained this one, acidic nature. Inorganic chemistry, 17th group elements, parts I have done, go through that. Strong acid gives weak bases. Weak bases are good nucleophiles. Generally, I minus is, suppose they gave question like this, I and here Cl. So both are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So both are same. And here like this, which is the best nucleophile among these two? Definitely this one. Suppose tertiary butyl iodide and tertiary butyl chloride they gave. So which is this is structure 1 and structure 2. Definitely structure 1 has more. And this is second question. This is question 1. This is question 2. So this is, it has more. Iodides are generally good nucleophiles. If they mentioned solvent, no, then you can go through the points. That's why all the models I have covered. Nucleophilicity clear, students? Now, next one more confused question is there. Let me discuss that one. Charged nucleophiles are best nucleophiles. These are basic points, students. If you don't have basic command here, next reaction stream and all, it follows SN2, it follows SN1. We are speaking like that. You people get confusion. So that's the reason I am explaining this one. Look into this one. Okay, one familiar example I will take it. Ammonia. Okay, look into this. Ammonia. This is it has a lone pair of electrons. Definitely it will give electrons. It is giving electrons is nothing but donating, donors. All donors are nucleophiles, right? Nucleophiles, and according to Lewis, we call it as Lewis bases. Okay. Next, what about this guy, NH2 minus? Yes, this is negatively charged. Even this is also donating electrons, no? Donors, and this is also acts as nucleophile. This is also base, no? But which is the best nucleophile? The question is the best nucleophile. Which is the best nucleophile? Charged ones are best. Charged nucleophiles are best nucleophiles because electron rich, ions is nothing but more reactive, whether it is carbocation or carbanion. If ionic condition, that will be more reactive. Why? Because it is in unstable condition. To get the stability, they are losing electrons, gaining electrons, like that. Anion is there, it will give to electrons to others, can stabilize, like that conditions. Okay, can I give one more question, student, here? Yes, look into this. Look into this, OH minus and water. If they will compare these two, water, it has lone pair of electrons, but which is the best one? Best nucleophile is Nu. Right? Clear? Next, one more. RO minus is the best when compared to ROH. Neutral nucleophiles, charged nucleophiles, they will compare. Charged ones are best. Okay. Now, next one. Suppose I'll giving one example. Coming next videos, we'll get it. Ambident nucleophiles. Nitrogen has lone pair and carbon has negative charge. Among these two, now tell me, try to understand and try to give answer. Carbon compared to here also negative charge, here also here negative charge, here lone pair of electrons. Both acts as nucleophile, but which is the best one? Through carbon attacking is the best one. Clear? That's it. Like that we have to do the question. And basicity also there. Basicity already I have uploaded acidic nature. If you know the acidic nature, basic nature is volta. Strong acid will give weak bases, good nucleophiles. Already I uploaded acidic nature. Please go through it. Now, in previous video, students, in previous video, I gave one question to you. I'm giving solution for that. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 methyl, 1 chlorobutane. Okay, next one. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2Cl. So this is N-chlorobutane or 1-chloro. 1-chlorobutane. 1-chlorobutane. So which has more boiling point, students? This is structure 1, structure 2 take. So structure 1 has more boiling point. It has branches, there is no doubt. But molecular weight is dominating, no? Molecular weight first, we have to give priority first to molecular weight. Then we can see the surface area and branches. This is the next point. But first dominating one is molecular weight only. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. Here 4 carbons. Why I selected this question? Many times students are confusing. This is the long one and the more surface area, more boiling point they were selecting. So your guessing is correct, but it is in isomeric. If they given 1-chlorobutane and 2 and isobutyl, N-butyl chloride, isobutyl. Next one, what is this? What is this? One more. Tertiary butyl. If you take isomeric halides, then you can see this long chain one is the more boiling one. But when compared to the next member, next series, next family, this is 5-membered, this is 6, this is 5-membered, this is 4-membered. 4-membered, 5-membered means we have to give first priority for molecular weight only. Our answer is first one. Okay, students, thank you. Thanks for watching. And just I will upload SN1, SN2 also. Before going to the SN1, SN2, you all people go through the nucleophilicity points and get ready. Okay, students, thank you. Thanks for watching.